moving swiftly through the airwaves, speakers blazing as they came, brought a mighty radio station bearing Woking as its name.
And we want to have a good time, and that's what we're going to do.
Well, wait, baby, let's go.
We're going to have a party.
Radio Woking. Local news, local music, just for you. Listen online. See you there.
You're listening to Keith Woodhouse. This is the WOT Show on Radio Woking. I have guests in the studio this evening who are the Wooden Men. And someone has just pointed out to me that there are some young ladies there as well. So they should really be the Wooden people, but or the Wooden community, you see. And I've just been watching a ranting and raving in the European Parliament about an MEP who stood up saying women shouldn't be paid as much as men because they are weaker and don't work as hard. This is honestly truth, and it happened. And another woman stood up, and she said, "Oh, we've got someone else. There's more of you." And she got up and had a go at him. You see, so if you were in the European Parliament, they would be now ripping you to pieces, right? But anyway, let's get you to introduce yourself one by one. From left to right, we have
Mr. Mysterious.
Lady Be Real.
I'm Stu. Dr. Colefunk.
Sergeant Slappy.
Scatterly.
Uncle Lips.
Bored old Connor.
Yeah, and I'm Keith. I feel a bit of a letdown with my name after that now, don't I? I mean, I thought that was really good. Do you, are these your stage names then? Is this what you go on stage with? And
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
That's all.
And you have big stages. It must be difficult to do an open mic.
Oh well, yeah. we don't always get big stages. It's quite challenging, but. We always fit. We always work.
Could you? I noticed you had different instruments in there. So just run through what instruments you've actually got.
So we have 2 guitars, a saxophone, a trumpet, a lovely vocals, and some percussion, and a drummer. Obviously, need a drummer and a bass.
And a bass. You see, there's so many you've forgotten them, right? Let me see if I could guess who does what. This is a bit of cheating because I looked through the window. You are the sax player.
Correct. Yeah.
And you are the trumpet player. You're the vocalist.
Yep.
You're the drummer. No. Oh no, of course not. I've known the drummer for years. That's stupid. Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. This is about the 3rd time you've been on the show, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Oh, but that's unbelievable, isn't it? So you've got to be the bass player. No. You're the bass player. Right, the mean, moody one. Right?
Have you met him before?
I've just seen on here that the bass player is the most important person in the band, according to science. Yeah, yeah. So you are entitled to turn up late. But the Wooden Men, where are you actually from? It says South London on your biography. So where are you actually?
We all grew up in. Well, we grew up in Leatherhead, so a lot of us are from Leatherhead, Ashtead, from Caterham, once from Kent, just everywhere. Vanessa, half of us live in Bristol now as well, so we're all just in and around. But we do so many gigs around here that we come back and go around, so it's all a bit mad.
So when you say South London, none of you actually live in South London?
No more. But it's where
South
we can...
of London.
It's where we all come together.
Let me get... what is your name? Luscious Lips?
Yeah, that's better.
Yeah. Come on over to the camera. Come on over to... Because I can find you a part-time job as a Jeremy Corbyn lookalike.
Oh, no.
Right? You'll be able to get out there and sort of like do speeches. But just in case... They could use you, couldn't you? Because I expect people want to egg him and that, right?
Yeah,
so, like they do to politicians, so they could send you in first, sure, right? And then you could get tomato egged and things like that, right? And then Jeremy would turn up in a smart suit and then just do his speech.
We'd all rather the other way around.
Would I get paid?
Pardon?
Would I get paid?
Of course you get paid.
I get paid,
Of course you do. You wouldn't do something like that for nothing, would you? I certainly wouldn't. No. I mean, I'm a mercenary. I would actually be paid to throw the eggs, right? But it's nothing political, right? Nothing political at all. I just like frying eggs, right? Basically. And they're very light. And they're aerodynamical as well. Have you noticed that, right? They will slide through the air. I'll be like one of them American quarterbacks, like, who slings it from the back.
And I'll be the
And
receiver.
it flies. Yeah, you could be the receiver, exactly.
Receiver, thank
On your head, son. On your head. Anyway, we've got some bands here who are non-PRS registered, Mr. Facebook, sir, so as we can be allowed to play them. First of all, it is Amethyst Kiss. Try saying that when you've had a couple of drops of water. Amethyst Kiss, who have been guests on my show, but forgot their equipment when they came. No, what happened was their van broke down and they couldn't get it in the car they were in, so they had to come in and just talk, which I found very challenging, right? I find it very difficult to think of things to say. But they are going to be my guests in a few weeks' time, I think sometime in April. But in the meantime, this will give you a flavour of them. This is a track called In My Head. Amethyst Kiss and All in My Head. And as I say, they're going to be my guests in a few weeks' time. Had I not been using my telephone to do Facebook Live, I could have looked in the diary and told you exactly when it was. But I didn't think of that. So we will move on swiftly. So they're now talking about your dodgy barnet over there. So, but they're loving it. They're loving it. You see, there's lots of love for people who have hair. Right? I've got plenty up my nostrils. Oh, who done that? That was it, yeah. It's the mean, moody bassist. He thought, I'll bring the atmosphere down to my level. Right. The fella in sunglasses here thought he'd gone blind. But, right, so how comes some of you live in Bristol? Is that a university thing now, is it?
No, we moved down there, and since going down there, we've been able to get booked on a lot of other festivals. A lot of people who run festivals, and a lot of live music. It happens from Bristol. It's a bit smaller, and it's a great place to get started. So it's done us wonders, a few of us being down there.
That's a good idea, that is, right? So some of you moved to Bristol. Where's there another good music scene? Brighton. So some of you moved to Brighton,
And we'll get 'em all
right? And then you can get into the local scene there. 'Cause it's making contacts. That's what it's all about, isn't it?
It really is. So, I mean, getting down there and being with the certain people that run all these kind of things is something you have to do. You have to go where people want you and where you're going to get
Networking.
paid. Exactly.
You see, that's what the old people call it.
Exactly.
You call it going down the pub and meeting people.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
What a great job.
Yeah.
In fact, I could do that for you, really.
Well, if you ever want to join us.
Yeah, I will come along and fall over people and sort of like say,
Fantastic.
hello, book this band, give them a card.
Perfect.
Right? Yeah, and all you need to do is pay for my beer.
Okay, done.
Yeah, and that's
Done.
it.
We just
And
struck
then
a deal.
my train fare home. Right?
No, just more beer.
Oh.
No,
Well,
there's no small print.
I see these buses saying go to Bristol for £1 on the motorway, and you could go from London to Bristol for £1.
Exactly.
I don't know how it works out.
50p booking charge, apparently.
50%? Oh, look at that. Where on earth have you ever heard of a 50% booking charge?
No.
That is ridiculous. Well, I know someone who went to Newcastle the other week, right? I don't know why, because Spurs were playing Sunderland, but he got a bus to Newcastle, right? And do you know how much it cost in return? £13.52. Right? That is amazing, isn't it? It took 7 hours to get there, right? But, you know, it's fantastic, isn't it? That you can go, like he was sitting on the roof. They gave him a couple of straps to hang on to. And it was a bit hairy when under the bridges, right? Because it was a double-decker bus, right? But apart from that, it was real bargain. Anyway, let's have another song. The B-Leaguers. Yeah, see what they've done there. B-Leaguers, right? So not only are they the B-League, right, as in the A-League, but it's a play on the word beleaguered. Right? What are you laughing at? Oh, no. Maybe I'm reading a bit too much into this. Right? They come from Lincoln, and they are signed to punk label PWVA in the Netherlands. And they are just about to release a split EP, or may have done it by now, because I didn't put the date down, with Hooligan Crooners. What a great name for a band! Hooligan are coming up with some great names here. Well, I'm not coming up with them. They're coming up with them. I come up with some brilliant names for bands, but I'll be sued by John, Paul, George and Ringo if I told you what it was.
Breaking and the death of our western heart. If you go racing destiny, you may meet him on the way. All roads will lead to what you left, and a love that stayed. Keep calm and the exit's clear. Sunshine, parachutes and beer. Postcards wishing you were here.
Well, I don't know where an aeroplane came into that, but it must have been a sound effect that they paid for, and they were going to stick it on the end of the song. That was the B-Leaguers from Lincoln and Death of a Western Heart. And I must say that bloke's voice is fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Now, the Wooden Men, people almost said.
The Wooden People.
Right? The Wooden Persons. Right? Do you have a video coming out?
How did you know? Yes.
What a good guess that was, wasn't it?
We do tomorrow for a song we're playing later on. It's called Sunny Day. So check it out on the Facebook, and on YouTube we're going to put it up. So get down and have a boogie, because that should be good. We recorded it in Bristol in December, so it's our first at Music Ape Studios in Bristol, which is a great.
Right, don't forget to give them a discount next time they come down in Music Ape Studios. You see. So, because this is going to be repeated all over the world, right? CNN are waiting
many
there.
times.
I have a motorcycle outside to take the reel to them to get it out. So it's going out worldwide. Well, it's going out worldwide anyway,
It is,
right? Because we're on the internet, you see. So hello to everybody in Papua New Guinea who are listening in, right? Sorry to wake you up at that time in the morning. I know it's 4 o'clock.
It's worth it.
But yes, it is worth it to listen to the Wooden Men people, right? So, what's the name of the song that you are going to release?
It'll be called Sunny Day.
So it's going to be called Sunny Day.
Sunny Day.
It is called Sunny Day.
And it always has
Right.
been Sunny Day.
Great stuff. I thought maybe you just changed the title. I wondered why.
Very last
They
minute.
were looking there and they were thinking, it's not what we called it when we wrote it. Right? We called it Hello Saturday, Here's the Weekend. Anyway, there's the drummer.
Go on, son.
You got a gig next week. Did you know that?
Which gig are we talking about?
Which gig that he plays in so many bands? You don't know.
Tomorrow?
Hey?
You on about tomorrow's gig?
No, I'm talking about the 11th of March. Do you know where you have to be then?
I'm
I'm going to keep this secret. You have
Is this
no
what Mick's
idea,
going to get in
do
trouble
you?
with us?
You are in trouble. You are in deep, deep trouble, young man. I'm telling you. Right? You should have a
Enlighten
diary.
me.
You should have a diary, right? The Undercover Festival is playing one of
The
their
winter
gigs.
one, right, in
No.
Horsham.
No, not the winter one. Do you play for the Witch Doctors?
I do play for the Witch Doctors.
Right, you better get this in your diary then, right?
He's not then.
Right, on the 11th of March, which is Saturday after next, right?
Have you got our stage time as well, Keith?
No, I haven't, no. But you are going to be playing in the Hersham Sports and Social Club. And I must say, I was down there last week, and we had a fantastic gig down there.
Was that the one with Eddie and Hot Rods?
It was the
It was
one
a
with
good
Eddie and-
night.
It was absolutely brilliant. It
Fantastic.
really was brilliant. There was loads and loads of people there, and everyone had a great time. And Barry from Eddie and the Hot Rods said to me, "Do anything you want to do." It's the last time he'll ever say that to anyone.
Oh, what did you get up to?
I
hope
can't
you do
say.
it
This
the
is a
next one.
family. This is a family show. This is a family show. But we've got some great acts down there. Scarcity. Have you ever seen Scarcity?
Oh yeah, we've played
Brilliant,
with them
aren't
a
they?
couple of times.
They are fantastic. They're getting older every time I see them. Right, first time I saw them, I think there was only about 14.
14, yeah, young lads.
So that was it. Lead Shot Hazard. Have you ever seen them?
Yeah, we've played
Yeah.
with them.
I've
before.
seen them. I saw them last year down at Brighton. They were absolutely brilliant. The Yally Yallers, Witch
No.
Doctors.
Oh, no, I've never heard of
No, no. Well, it'll be Witch Doctors without a drummer at this rate. Right, and Radical Dance Faction. So that's 11th of March, and if you want any details on that, just go to the Facebook page and you can find out all about it. Fairholt sent me an album. Do you know Fairholt?
I don't know.
No, well, they come from deepest, darkest Wales. And you're halfway there in Bristol.
We are.
Right, so you'll be able to pop along and see them. All you got to do is cross that bridge, right? You just go across the bridge. Because I thought you went across the bridge and you was in Wales, but you're not, are you? You're still in England. You've got to go a little bit further to get into Wales, yeah. Yeah, I sort of like... And another thing I've noticed, I keep meaning to let the Home Secretary know about this, right? When you go in, right, on sort of like as you get into it, all the names are in English and Welsh underneath. But when you get right in, when they think the English are not looking, they put Welsh first and English second. See? So I'm going to be writing to Mrs. Home Secretary and let her know. Who is the Home Secretary?
Not a clue.
Not a clue. Right then, Mrs. Not a Clue, I'll be writing to you. Isn't it good? Like, none of us know the names of the government. It's absolutely terrible. Right?
They don't know our names.
No, exactly. Well, that's what you think. MI5 watch my Facebook Live, I tell you.
MI5 are on there.
They're on the case. They are on the case. Right? So, right. Oh, Joe, you've lost your rider. Because you're not going to be there. That's your lemonade and pork pie out the window. Anyway, Fairholt, they sent me an album, which it's a really good album, really good. It's real old-fashioned rock from a bygone era. What are you talking about? A bygone era. I think it's a good word there. It's going to be my word for tonight now. I'm going to use it 15 times, right? Bygone era, bygone era, bygone era. Right. This is the track that I've chosen. It's called All My Friends. Fairholt. Oh, blimey, is he finished? Well, it's always the drummer, isn't it? Like, give him a inch, it takes a mile. He dropped his bottle.
He's lost his bottle.
Fairholt and all my friends. And I must say that is good classic pub rock. It was a great tune, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant. Enjoyed that, yes. I'm sure we'll be hearing more of them in the future. I remember seeing David Bowie in 1990, and a band came on called One Way Street supporting him, and he said, they were great. I'm sure we'll be hearing more of them in the future. Never heard of them since. it was like Jimmy Greaves predicting who was going to win the FA Cup. They go out the next round. That'd be the end of it. Poor old Huddersfield last night. I was rooting, tooting for Huddersfield. Yeah. And then Man City realised they were playing football after about 30 minutes. Decided to have a game. Anyway, we won't talk about football. I've been told I shouldn't talk about football while it's on because it alienates half the audience. Right? Jeremy Corbyn over in the corner there, he don't like football, do you?
Yeah.
You used to like football. In the good old days when they used to lace the balls up. Hey, yeah. Yeah, it was no fun unless you were locked out by heading the laces. Big, heavy, wet ball comes flying across. Right? But we're talking Stanley Matthews era here, right? So before we were born, it was before I was born. Well, I don't know about that actually.
I don't know.
Rage DC have an album. They've been my guests a few times. Can't remember if they've actually played live because one turns up and the rest don't. There's only 3 of them. So, I don't think they actually have played live. I think every time we've just had to play the CD. It's the same track I'm going to play now. So if you listened in when Rage DC were on previously, you're going to know this track. This is Goodbye, Mr. VIP. Right, those of you who are astute and listening may have noticed that was not Rage DC. I've just noticed. That was actually Feeder, so ignore that, people on Facebook. We'll play Rage DC and RIP, Mr. VIP. Oh, yeah, this is it. fabulous Rage DC and R.I.P. Mr. VIP. You're listening to Keith Woodhouse. This is the WOT Show on Radio Woking, and we are going to be soon saying goodbye to our Facebook listeners and viewers who are watching us in glorious Technicolor, because we will be reverting back to the normal show. But you can carry on listening by going to www.radiowoking.co.uk/listen, where you can hear us in non-glorious Technicolor, just in audio, as it were. Right? So, have you ever tried an audio production?
Audio production?
Yes, I'm sure you must have done.
Might have.
Yeah. Down at your Spa studio. Who produced your single that you've got coming out?
It was a guy called Francis. He put it all together. He's got a studio there. It's fantastic. It sounds brilliant. And then we sent it to a friend of ours called Daly to get it all mastered. And it's just been done. I think we got it sent back today, actually.
You
So-
think you got it sent back? I
so.
hope you have, because it's being launched tonight.
Yesterday, actually.
Yesterday we got it back.
Yesterday,
So
Oh.
fantastic. So it's all ready. It's all done.
Now, it's worrying when the drummer knows more than you do.
True.
Right.
True.
This is a worrying situation. But we will have to say bye-bye, Facebook, because we now have feeder for your delectation. Whoa, isn't it?